Okay, who's your favorite artist?
Oh my god. We're working with a couple of some musicians. I don't know if it hurts somebody's feeling.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Entre Talks. Today we are here at Effect Audio with the brand founder, Suyang. Nice to meet you, Suyang.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So let's get this started. Could you tell us more about yourself?
Alright, I was originally come from China and I've been moving to Singapore for 20 years, almost 20 years. And it was from 2005 until now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I came to Singapore because take up a scholarship. Yeah, and then I entered into Nanyang Technological University and pursuing electronic engineering.
Oh wow, that's really cool. And is that where you started your business?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Effect Audio was started in 2009, which is the year 3 of my study.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a very fun experience for me.
Okay, you must be quite entrepreneurial for your age.
Very much.
Yeah, okay. So actually, since you started during your university days, how did you scale from being a sole proprietor to this global brand?
When I started business, it's purely because of the hobby. So I was audiophile, just exactly same as all the customers that we're serving right now. So I have a passion into music and passion in electronics. That's where I got know about this hobby. So when I started, I faced a problem. My cable broke.
Your cable broke?
Yeah, my cable broke. So I managed to find another cable which costs $100. It's a huge amount for a uni student. Exactly,
yeah.
Especially back to 2009.
Okay.
Then I just try to manage to make a own cable for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's quite in line with what you were studying, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And also I'm a handy person.
Oh,
so
okay.
I like to do something myself. Yeah.
Right. So you made your own cable.
Right, I made my own cable and then I try to, there's a forum called HeadFi.
Okay.
So it's basically a place that hosts all the audiophiles around the world. So basically on that forum, I try to tell them, okay, I made a cable for the earphone and also it sounds different. So that's where we got started. We got attention from the other audiophiles. So they say, okay, ship it to me. And that's exactly how we started business.
Wow.
Yeah, initially, I didn't want to start a business actually, just a hobby. So when I give it to them and try it, they say like, okay, I want to own it. So yeah, when the request is getting more, so eventually it's a cost for me. So we just turn into a business.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it all started with one cable.
Exactly.
Okay, and that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
How did you go from one cable to so many thousands and thousands of cable? How do you scale your business from being a uni student all the way to managing multiple brands right now? Can you share more about that?
This is definitely not one day job. And when we started, so we start as a hobby. And when the demand comes, then we turn into business. And then we see the potential in some countries, and then we go into the countries, use the power and the resources in each of that country, so they are distributing our products in their country. And then we just start by one country to another, and until now we have 30 countries and more than 60 dealers in the world.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe we dive a bit into the details. I understand, at least for me, that the budget or the amount of money we have in the bank is limited. So how did you get the funding required to scale your business to, like what you mentioned, 60 dealers? That's really impressive, by the way.
Yeah, basically everything is do step by step. Yeah, we didn't take up any capital from the other ventures. Basically it's all our own money. Right. And we do things just based on the actual demand and actual dealers' request. And then we just make one order and two orders, fulfill one order and two orders, and until now, so become starting from one cable and to multiple cable and thousands of cable every year. So basically, it's all step by step.
Yeah. So you bootstrap and you slowly build out your clientele and expanded the business.
Right. And also among this time, there's always a sound inside me that come to me and said, okay, when I make 10 orders a month, then there's a sound come to me that said, okay, can you make 30? Okay, it's like a couple of months time, then we make 30 a month. And then there's another sound come to me that said, okay, can you make 100?
Okay.
You know, that's how we get started step by step. Yeah.
So would you say that you had the product, like a product that was so good that you didn't need much marketing at the start? People just came to you because you were like one of the best or the best.
Right.
Could I put it that way?
You can say that because at the time that we started, the demand is there, but the supply is very limited. So we are among one of the few suppliers in the world. You know, easily we get attention from the customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it like a gap that you saw in the market and that's why you thought, okay, I want to do cables?
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. My next question is, what is one of the greatest challenge that you have overcome in your entire business journey?
Yeah, I think back to 2019, and one of our very important partner is actually the one that when I started this company, and from a one-man show to a proper company, the second person that come join me is a marketing and sales and marketing background employee. So in 2019, that was where he served the company for 3 years, and then he managed to leave. So that's the biggest challenge that I faced for the entire business time. So when he left the company, basically I got it's totally a mess in the marketing and the sales. For the marketing, basically the marketing is a totally mess. I'm not the marketing guy, so I do need his support. But I think that's where that's also the time that also make me who I am today. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really from a person that very techy person to somebody that going to business, and then starting from making business and to managing on one brand and to multiple brand. That's where it's also opened my mind. So yeah, that's the experience I think is the most difficult, but also most challenging, but also the most valuable experience for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess there was a certain shock factor when suddenly pillar of your business was just gone when the employee left. So you had to figure out how to get it all sorted out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I guess trial by fire to being good at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about employees, that brings me to my next question. How do one exactly find the right employee, like your first employee?
I think the personality and the characteristics are very important for me. So basically, I believe that everybody have their own potential, to grow, to learn. But the characteristic and the personality is something that's very hard to change. So when I choose the people to work with, I really look into the personality of him or her. That will really affect my decision very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your ideal personality type for an employee?
Are willing to try and willing to make mistakes and must be creative.
Okay, willing to try, willing to be creative, and willing to make mistakes.
That's right.
Okay, because they say you learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
You mentioned that you were quite involved in the research and development. Do you still do that now?
Yeah.
You do?
It's everything that we launch, all the products. I'm the one that behind the scene that design and develop the material.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Okay, so my question is, what is a day in your life like?
I don't have morning coffee. Step into the office and then definitely manage a lot of works in terms of all different departments.
Okay.
So yeah, so like finance, marketing, sales, and also I would like to join one of their, they have a morning meeting. I would like to join one of their morning meeting to see what's going on there. And after that, most of the time I do have my daily routine as well. So I always keep everything on the list and make sure that everything is checked before I leave the office. So in recent time, a lot of work that involved is in designing another 3 materials for the upcoming products. It's very important product for IFA Audio in 2024 and 2025. So yeah, nowadays a lot of time is in R&D.
Okay. So you must be a really, really busy man right now.
Yeah, I'm also so glad that I have a great team in sales and marketing right now. So a group of young people, they're very talented and willing to excel themselves. So I can just hands off from the sales and marketing. I'm so blessed that we have a group of great kids.
That's really good to hear. Yeah. So you're quite involved and probably quite busy. So do you think you have work-life balance?
Yeah. My life is work.
Your life is work. Okay. I think that's the saying for most entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And talking about your life is work, right? What is the most fulfilling aspect of what you do?
I think when I get back home, I see my kids that can do something that they want to do. Is something that really satisfied for me. Yeah, I feel that I give more options to the kids, to the things that they could learn, to the things that they want to do. That's something that makes me very much fulfilled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talking about children, right? Do you think like a business is like your child?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
It is something that, it's something that I grew up together with, and also something that I built by myself and by my members step by step.
Right.
Yeah.
So about your business, right? What are the values that is important to you and your business?
I think to create something that people love and like and enjoy is something that we are very much good at it. Mm-hmm. And also is some value, it is a most important value for IFA Audio. Since that we are in a hobby industry, we are creating something to making people enjoy. So yeah, I think our greatest value is to create something that people really love and enjoy and adore. Yeah.
How do you know if someone enjoys the product? Do you test it yourself and hear it and say, oh, it's good?
Yeah, I still go to the show every year, so I see the happy face when they put on the cable or the IEM onto their ear, during the exhibition. That tells everything.
Okay, yeah. Got you.
And also sometimes, the customer that they don't believe in the cables, and the most satisfied time is that, okay, sit down, come and have a listen, and give a try, then tell yourself.
Talking about IEMs and cables, what would you say to people who are using wireless earphones?
Yeah, okay. Wireless earphone is something that, maybe I've been asked this question for many, many years. So the Bluetooth is definitely something very much more portable, yeah, and have a much better mobility than IEMs. So I think that's something when you need the mobility, then definitely go with the Bluetooth. Yeah, no doubt about it. But right, if you want to have something that you truly enjoy the music and you really have a high demand and a high satisfaction level of music, then you will never get the same level of enjoyment from the Bluetooth compared to the IEM.
Got you.
Yeah.
And just to share a bit about my personal experience, I used to think that my AirPods Pro had really good audio until I tried on my first pair of IEM along with a cable, and I can tell you the sound quality is very much different. It really raised the bar. So I can see where that enjoyment and that fulfillment comes from, the music, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who aspires to enter your industry?
I mean, there are a lot of talented people in recent years that enter our industry. One thing that I see that they are all coming from the hobby perspective. So, but being us, market leader as well, is now very much into businessmen. So I would tell them that please make sure that your enthusiasm keep aligned with the business. So have to be balanced. This is very important because you don't want to create something just for one day. You want to service your customers for a long period of time. So business helps you to achieve that, but couldn't 100% rely on the enthusiasm.
So it got to be something that is not only driven by passion, but also something that's sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about new brands entering, what advice would you give to someone who aspires to be an entrepreneur or who is already in the journey of entrepreneurship?
You have to have a good health and mentally prepared for sure. Yeah, you're not gonna be one day war. You're not gonna be one day battle, and you are not gonna be battle with yourself, but also battle with a lot of talented people in the market. So get yourself prepared, both mentally and physically.
Is that like a mental preparation that you must have before you start, or that's something that you hone in the process?
Yeah.
Yes?
I will be always mentally prepared.
Okay, so you do like push-ups?
I mean, physically?
Yeah.
Yeah, push-up.
Push-ups.
I mean, it happens in our office.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it.
We always have some, I would say it's part of the, it's not a penalty, but something that we want to remind our staff. We always have a goal. If we couldn't achieve the goal, so you should be always remind either mentally or physically. Okay. So it happens that in our marketing team, that one task that they have there's one task that they didn't achieve. So on the day itself, that they want to do a push-up as a so-called punishment. Yeah. So they do that and remind themselves that, okay, always keep an eye on the goal. And yeah, I think they do it good now.
So that's like, I guess, keeping yourself physically sharp also helps you keep your mind mentally sharp too.
That's right.
My next question is that you have been in this industry for 15 years.
Yeah.
So what are your future plans ahead, and where do you want to see Effect Audio be like in the next decade?
I would say that Effect Audio is a very established brand in this small market. And I mean, in next couple of years, we are very much focused on incubate those potential brands to be at least same volume and same level as Effect Audio in next couple of years. So I will not say that what I foresee Effect Audio to be, but I will see that there will be a lot of more talented people around me to build a empire maybe in this industry.
Right. So what are some of the upcoming brands that you are incubating?
Yeah, we are now working very closely with Elysium and Lime Years from Poland. And yeah, those are the brands that we are very much focused on. And also we are preparing our, new baby.
New baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully it will happen in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations on your new baby. Okay.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. So, in a sense, getting and working with brands to help them grow.
Yeah, that's right.
And together it will, I will assume it's mutually beneficial, probably.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is still, end of the day, this is a business.
So let's maybe take like a step back, right, to when you started this business. Was it something that you started alone, or you had like a co-founder or someone around you to help scale the business from day one?
Initially, there are 4 founders, basically. They are my senior.
Your senior?
Yeah.
From NTU?
NTU, that's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're my seniors. And after they graduated, they just managed to give up.
They gave up?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fortune for me.
Yeah.
It's so lucky that I continue the business.
Yeah.
And just make it big. But now we are still very good friends. So whenever that I put some posts on the Facebook to say that who we are right now, and they always congrats me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good to hear. So you went from 4
down to 1.
Down to 1. That is like about 70% reduction.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, like one would imagine it to be quite demoralizing to have like not just 1,
yeah,
but 3 of your partners leave. So how did that felt when that happened?
I mean, each of us just manage different stuff. So basically, there are finance, there are people looking at the inventory, I mean, not inventory, but actually procurement.
Oh, procurement.
Yeah, and also one is taking care of the so-called eBay, that what we use at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the one that actually assembly everything. But most of the time, basically, I'm taking all the tasks. Yeah. So and also,
so you at the start, right off the bat, you have already been doing most of the work.
yeah.
Okay.
So when they said, okay, probably it's a time that we should step back and we should leave the business. So yeah, we are just happily say, okay, let's just split the money and have a great meal. And that's
Was
how
the
it
meal
ended.
good?
Yeah, very
A
much.
good meal. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have?
Couple of beers.
Right. Wow. So it's really impressive that you still persevered through to continue to push on and grow the business, because usually when I would guess too many founders leaving would make you feel like, oh, is it, or like self-doubt into your idea, your business, that is it because it's a bad idea? Did you have that? Do you have any self-doubt in like your entire entrepreneurship journey?
No, I'm the person that I never regret for anything.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Is that something that you learn along the way, or is that innately part of your personality?
I feel that it doesn't help. So basically, whatever good thing, bad thing happens, just face to it. When the problem comes, just overcome it.
Just overcome it.
Yeah, so you don't regret for the past. I mean, it's kind of a waste of time.
Okay, so just keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward.
How about for entrepreneurship? Do you think entrepreneurs are like the skill sets required? Is it something that is innately part of someone, or it's a skill that you learn along the way?
I mean, both way works.
Okay.
They are born to be entrepreneurs, for sure. And there are also people who learn from the big companies and then come up to make their own company. Just like our marketing manager who left back to 2019, he also started his own company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's something, I mean, both way happens.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not necessary to be like born to be, or, you learn from others.
So how did it feel when like one of your employee or a trusted employee left to start his own business?
Initially, it was a nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
because so much mess in the marketing department. But I kind of like just adapt to that kind of the situation in like a couple of months later. Because I have got more things to do in terms of learning marketing stuff and also recruitment, all these. And now I'm kind of like so happy to see that he's the second place in the market.
And who's the first place?
Definitely us.
Okay. Are you guys in good terms? Still in good terms?
Not really, but I think that we're both looking at each other's brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he's watching this video too. Okay, so fun questions now.
Okay, let's go.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay. What's your favorite music?
Chinese pop.
Okay, who's your favorite artist?
Oh my god. We're working with a couple of some musicians. I don't know if in heart somebody's feeling.
Okay.
I'll say, okay, JJ Lin.
JJ Lin, okay. Do you know JJ Lin?
I mean, he's our customer though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, do you play sports? What's your favorite sports?
Basketball.
Basketball, okay. What's your hobby?
Yeah, I like jogging. I like exploring the natures.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Do you have any parting words or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Okay, if you're really prepared to step into this kind of battle and change your life to your own, please be prepared, both mentally and physically, and also prepare for a long run. Don't look at the benefit for now, but looking for long-term investment. Yeah,
So the push-ups are very important.
it is.
It is. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Suyang.
Thank
It's
you,
been a
Abby.
pleasure.
Yeah. Good.